Thank you, everybody. We are entering the sex portion of the programming. So is everyone ready for that? Great, excellent.
Woo!
Woo!
I am. Let's go. Let's do it.
So I just want to take a quick second and thank everybody for coming today. I'm Kathryn from plusOne. We are the ones in the lobby handing out vibrators. Please take your goodie. They are TSA compliant, so no risk of any embarrassment. We're so excited to be here. Thank you, Dr. Somi, for joining us. So Dr. Somi is board certified OBGYN, midlife and sexual health expert, and the founder of Her MD, which is just transforming women's healthcare, which I can't think of anything more important right now than that.
Definitely need to be doing that right now.
Definitely need to be. And then what I'm so lucky about is she's also a member of plusOne's Wellness Collective. So we have been working with a panel of experts to really understand a consumer's needs, develop the best products and solutions for them. So thank you for all of your intel and insights to make us better. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So let's get into it.
Let's go.
Let's go. So you are hot off of Vegas, where you were at the world's hottest menopause party.
Yes. Although I will tell you, it's hotter in Texas.
I know.
I wasn't prepared.
I was going to say, isn't every party the world's hottest menopause
Yes,
party right now?
literally.
But so tell us about it. How was it?
I think for so long, women have been invisible patients, and we've talked about this repeatedly. Lack of data, lack of research, lack of funding, lack of time. How many times have you guys been to the gynecologist and it's like a drive-through pap smear and you barely have time to talk to them, let alone get into intimate issues about your sex life or anything else? And so lack of female leadership and lack of funding has really led to this tremendous gap. And 2 years ago, I had a TV producer say, "You can't say menopause on TV." And I was like, what? So to have the largest gathering, to have that platform, to elevate all of our voices, whether you are a researcher, a investor, a celeb, a doctor, a patient, and all get together and say no more. The status quo has served no one, and be together in that place. It was transformative and true magic.
Right. I hope it was cooler there than it is in this spot right here.
Maybe a little bit.
More.
Maybe a little bit.
Good.
Yes.
So one of the things that, obviously there's so much going on in the conversation around women's health care and women's rights and sexual wellness and menopause. Like, these things are actually becoming part of the conversation. So one of the things we do in my house, I have 3 kids, and at dinner at night, we do our rose and our thorn. So I think you do high-low, right?
Yeah,
so
high-low.
I think I stole mine from Bethany Frankel. But, and I would love to hear, when it comes to the world of menopause and all the conversation around it, what's your rose? What are you optimistic about? And what's your thorn?
So my rose is gatherings like this, and gatherings like last week, and I got to go to the Oprah taping. So where we are all collectively raising our voices to be the change that is so desperately needed. I have been a practicing OBGYN for 20 years and watched women wait 8, 9, 10 years to get a diagnosis of menopause, live with endometriosis, live with sexual pain, lose their marriages, and it's just not acceptable. And so my roses, we're finally talking about it, and we're making a difference.
That's great. And your thorn?
My thorn, currently in this country, 1 trained doctor for every 33,000 patients who are struggling with menopausal symptoms. Just think about that. And can I have 2 thorns?
I have many. Go for it.
Okay, all right. I'm glad I'm allowed to have 2 thorns. So my second thorn is I've raised $40 million to have accessible insurance-based healthcare for women in Tier 2 cities in gynecology, sexual health, and menopause as a minority female founder. But less than 2% of VC dollars go to female founders. So that is the other narrative that I am trying to smash.
I'm going to add 2 more thorns.
Okay. Wait, these roses are not fun.
No.
There's too many thorns.
A good fun rose is the +1 rose, a rouser,
Yes!
which setting 4, I highly recommend. But the 2 thorns that come to mind for me, honestly, is, as someone who's trying to actively market to women about these solutions, we can't get through Meta. We can't get through. Is anybody here from Meta or Google? If you are, please meet me back there afterwards. I'd love to pick your brain to figure out some solutions, but we literally cannot actively market to women to bring these.
Can we have that
forth.
slide up,
yeah.
please, to show everyone the struggle, the struggle bus, why no one knows about solutions? Okay, so what's happening? Let's explain.
Go for it, yeah.
Men's sexual health. This is all okay. You can shave your anatomy, your balls. I said it, but so did Naomi Watts. You can have a cactus that looks semi-erect, but God forbid you have a very delicate looking rose or any other simple messaging about women's sexual health, because there is no differentiator between women's sexual health, which there can be problems with arousal, pain, desire, satisfaction, lubrication. I mean, these are medical conditions. There's no differentiator between that and porn. And if that doesn't make all of you mad, then we collectively have a major problem, that everything on the left is okay and everything on the right is not.
Yeah. In fact, on the right, that's our Kegel trainer. So I just want to double click into that for a second. A Kegel trainer intended to help your pelvic floor cannot get through these restrictions.
And so you don't pee on yourself when you're jumping on the trampoline or when you're at, Pilates, like, God forbid.
So I have one other thorn.
Okay.
Who here is from Texas? All right, great. Have you heard about the bill 1549, which is with the House right now? You have. So there is a bill actively being proposed right now that is intended to remove sexual devices, which they refer to as obscene devices, literal quote, from the Walmarts, the Targets, the CVSs, the Walgreens, because they are deemed inappropriate. So when we talk about these marketing restrictions in the online space, to physically remove these solutions, these devices from the brick and mortar locations as well is pretty sickening. So I encourage anybody here in Texas, call your local congressperson, do what you can. But this is all contributing to this stigma, to this taboo, and we're here to continue to break that down.
So I have 2 things to say about that. So I always, when I'm teaching about sexual health, I always say it's beyond contraception and teaching about STIs. And our biggest sexual organ is our brain. But women who are born, or individuals who are born with ovaries, or women are the only individuals that have the only organ solely dedicated to sexual pleasure. And so, of course, we're going to try to govern that with over 8,000 nerve endings that we know. And that's your clitoris. So, of course, we're going to call... Yes, thank you.
Clitoris.
Yes. But meanwhile, we have 29 FDA-approved medications for men's sexual health. And I'm not saying you don't need those. We only have 2 for women. But, I mean, come on. Seriously? And the other thing that is so upsetting to me is that vibrators have actually been studied by those of us in sexual health and sexual medicine, presented at major medical conferences, and help with arousal, desire, sexual pain, orgasm, and pelvic floor health, which goes way beyond a great orgasm, like when Harry met Sally, but helps us with our continence, right?
Yep.
And so... to me, it's abysmal to call these sexual tools obscene.
Right. So we're almost done. We were considered the foreplay to Sex with Emily.
Hey,
so,
man, I'll take it. I'll take it.
You are always so good. I know about educating our team, about some of the takeaways, like help us understand what we should do from here. Give us some homework.
Okay, so I'm going to give you guys like 5 takeaways, okay? So everyone should have an amazing moisturizer for the vulva and your intimate parts. We moisturize everything else. Moisturize your genitalia. You want a great lubricant. And so the difference between moisturizers and lubricants, moisturizers are meant for daily use, lubricants are for sexual activity. You want to make sure you either have a localized hormone to treat that sexual pain, that incontinence, or ask your doctor about Addyi or Vyleesi. Do you guys know that there are 2 FDA-approved medications that are non-hormonal that work on neurochemistry to help you with your sex drive? There is a female Viagra. It is available. There are, and insurance companies will cover it. There are great apps that are out there. One is called Rosie, designed by a female OBGYN, and it is written erotica, which has data to show that it increases sex drive and helps you with all the domains of sexuality. And there's also a great app called Dipsy, where you can listen to stories to your desired level of naughtiness that will really help you get in the mood. And this is my perimenopausal brain. So and then get yourself a vibrator. So there you go. Those are my 5 tips to have mind-blowing sex. And on that note,
Look at that.
Emily is going to continue that conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Enjoy. Thank you.